Hi to everyone. In last class, we were in a discussion of in the same chapter called Theory of Consumer Behavior and Demand Analysis. So in last class, we were in a discussion of on the right, first one is called movements under demand curve. Okay, so where the movements were classified into two heads, stands contraction of demand curve and as well as expansion of demand curve. Okay, so that's all the thing is based on a simple law of demand with the general equation called QD equals to F of P, PR, Y, T and many factors. Okay, if by making the most influencing factor among the n number of factors of demand, if a price increases, then demand fall. If a price fall, demand will increases if other things remain constant. But in today's session, so we'll discuss about not only the movements along with the demand curve, where we have digested with a simple diagram called this and demand curve, where it moves from left to right downwards. Okay, and this for a particular price, there is a particular quantity demand. If a price increases, then demand decreases. If a price decreases, demand increases. Then this is called expansion of demand curve, and this is called contraction of demand curve. We have understood in the last topic. Okay, but today we'll discuss about shifts in demand curve. So shifts in demand curve refers to, first of all, you better understand the word called shifts. Okay, in the law of demand, by making other than the price, if other variables or other determinants of demand, if they change, the demand for a commodity, what are the type of good it is, the demand itself will shift either forward or backward other than the price. Then that the things are called as a shifts under a demand curve. For more information, I have tagged the last video link on this video, so please go through with that. Coming to the point here, shifts refers to the point other than the price. See, there are the four factors of demand are there. First one is called P, followed by PR, Y, T, and many factors are there. Then this all comes under the independent factor which do affect on the quantity demanded. But to the point, by other than the price, if other variables of the demand determinants like PR stands price of related goods, so income of a consumer, taste and preferences, or any other factors, when the effect on the quantity demand, how the demand will take their existence from one to the forward level or backward level, then that the point is called shifts under a demand curve. So today we'll discuss about shifts under demand curve. There are n number of diagrams are there. Each so we can draw separately, or else in only one diagram we can draw all. The same period. So to the point will lead to the shifts under a demand curve. See, coming to the first one, coming to the most important types of goods are there, which we have already discussed in the last video. Then that is called normal goods, inferior goods, substitute goods, complementary goods, and number of other goods are there. But coming to the first one, shifts under demand curve can be considered with one simple diagram. Okay, so we have taken other than the price to explain the concept of shifts under demand curve. Let's take the diagrammatical expression. Then on x-axis we used to consider as a QD. You all know that QD stands for quantity demanded. Okay, so in connection with this QD, we'll take not the price here. We may take either PR, either Y, either T. Okay, so here PR stands price of related goods. Y stands an income of a consumer subject to change. The income will do change. In pandemic issue, everyone income is concerned with their daily expenditures, then followed by the taste and preferences. Now coming to the point here, for a particular price, there is a particular quantity demand for a commodity. Okay, you cannot expect any of a quantity demand for the commodity without a price, or else that will be known as a gift. It cannot be considered under the economic activity. So here when it is the point, the demand curve which moves from left to right downwards like this. Then there is a demand curve where we used to represent as a D. Okay. Then let's take about the two types of goods. So first one is called normal good and next one is called inferior good. So in the last video session, we were under a discussion of normal goods and inferior goods. In case of normal goods and inferior goods, we have taken for analysis purpose income as well as a quantity demanded. If income increases, quantity demand will rise. If income fall, quantity demand will fall. But in case of inferior good, it has an inverse relation. So in the comparison 2, we have discussed about the point called, the point is very simple. There is an inverse relationship between the income of a consumer as well as the quantity demanded in case of an inferior goods. In such case, what if, by keeping constant as a price, if we consider the income here, only the income, if income of a consumer when start rising, then demand for normal good will increase from this Q to Q1 level. Then demand will increase from this level to Q1 level. In such case, demand will take the forward shift like this from D to D1. Now this is called forward shift of demand curve in case of a normal goods. At the same time, when income got increased, people care less about inferior goods which have low price in the market. They are least bothered with those types of commodities. In such case, when income increases, demand for normal good increases, but demand for inferior good decreases. In such case, demand will get fall. It may decrease from existing level to previous level, then that is called Q. Are you clear? So here the point where we can call it as the law of demand will put its work. Then this is called D2. Are we clear? Then this is a D2 where which represents when income of a consumer rises, then demand for commodity will take the forward. Okay, and the demand for inferior will take the backward. Then these are the two shifts are there, forward shift and backward shift. For analysis purpose, we have taken here the income. Okay, let's take with the another element other than the Y, other than the P. Okay, let's take PR. PR stands here price of related goods. When we are heard about the price of related goods, there are the two types of goods will come to picture. First one is called substitute goods, next one is called complementary goods. For a more reference, you can go by the substitute good, what it is and what are the differences between the substitute and complementary goods. Now the point is very simple. What is the demand shift? What is the demand shift in case of a substitute and complementary? So in case of a substitute goods, let's talk about substitute good. When the price increases here, demand for substitute good will also increases. In such case, for a normal good as it increases, for inferior good as it decreases, when it comes to the point of a substitute good, price of a commodity when start rises. Demand for the substitute good, for example, assume a tea and coffee is there, and tea, the substitution is a coffee. Okay, when the price of tea is 10 rupee, and when the price of coffee is also 10 rupee, all of a sudden due to low supply of tea, the price of tea will increase from 10 rupee to 50 rupee per cup. Then people will, they are not interested to pay the 50, they will jump from tea to coffee, and then demand for coffee will increases. Then the point is very simple. For substitute goods, demand will shift from D to D1. Are you clear? The demand will shift from DD to D1. At the same time, for a demand for complementary goods, so complementary means which are consumed together to satisfy a particular want, then those goods are called as a complementary goods. For that, there is always inverse relationship between the price and demand. Let's take an example of petrol and bike. It comes under the complementary. All of a sudden, petrol prices will come down, then demand and the use of the vehicle generally will hike up. In such case, there is always inverse relationship between these two. When a price increases, demand for a complementary good decreases like this, then it will take the shift from D to D2. Yeah. So likewise, we have taken so PR, Y and T. In that PR is over, Y is over. Let's take taste and preferences. You might heard about the soft drinks, not the hot drinks. Okay, don't think about it. Soft drinks. Okay, for the soft drinks or cool drinks, what we can call. For that, in case of a summer or heavy summer season, the demand will be more. In case of winter, okay, in so cool times or in spring time, the things will come down. Are we clear? But the prices even the same, our taste and preferences will do create a change in the quantity demand. More in one season, less in another season. In case of a summer, the demand for those drinks, what we have taken example, the soft drinks and all, then that generally will be more. In case of winter and all, the things will get down because of the seasonal effect. So there are the n number of factors are there, like quality, quantity, rate, many things are there. Then those all do affect on the quantity demanded. Among that, the four important are there P, PR, Y and T. But by excluding P, there are other factors are there which creates a changes in the demand. Then those changes are called as shifts in demand. I hope you people got understood, and most of them have a doubt regarding the last session. So please click on the below description button. We have a link on it. Thank you.